Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life. And I've got a subject here that's quite different. It's actually quite serious. It has to do with me personally. I thought about whether or not I should even be making this video and sharing this stuff. But the fact is that what's happened to me is going to affect every aspect of my life. And I don't know what all that's going to look like, but I know that all of you are going to see the effects. So I just decided to get it out there and let's talk about it. So this has to do with my neck. And we have 7 vertebrae in our neck. And your neck, of course, connects to your spine. It's part of your spine. And it's basically from your shoulders up to your skull. Well, I damaged my neck. And I didn't damage my neck a little bit. I damaged my neck a lot. In fact, I damaged all 7 vertebrae in my neck to varying degrees. 4 of my vertebrae are in the severe range. And what this means is that I have 4 bulged discs. Getting old sucks. I mean, I'm only 52. I'm really not that old, but, you know, it sucks. Now, you'll notice I'm talking about my neck. I'm not wearing a neck brace or anything because this didn't happen just overnight. It's just that I finally hit a straw which broke the camel's back. Back in my, I don't know, I was probably about 19 or 20. I was involved in a car accident where I was driving a little Toyota pickup and I had to stop on the freeway. A big Ford pickup behind me didn't see me and didn't stop and hit me at like 55 miles an hour. It hit me so hard that my head went back and I busted the back windshield in the pickup I was driving, and the bumper on the Toyota pickup I was driving was completely under the back wheels, like holding the back wheels off the ground. It bent the frame. And that's how hard the impact was. Now, being 19 or 20 years old, I didn't think very much of it. I had a little bit of a bump on my head or whatnot. My neck did hurt, but I didn't really think about anything about it. And there was another time where I crashed on a motorcycle and I hit my head on a curb. And I don't know how fast I was going. I think that it may have knocked me out. And so that's another point in time where I could have injured my neck. And then a third time, I had my brand new Hummer 2010 and loved it. I was stopped at a light on a highway, and there was a car behind me called a Sunbeam, which is a little sedan. And then there was a Ford Excursion behind them. A Ford Excursion is at about the maximum weight limit that you can have on a civilian vehicle or on a regular vehicle before it goes to the level of commercial vehicle. And so it weighs almost 10,000 pounds. Well, he didn't stop at all. He hit that car behind me. That car went under me. And then again, I did hurt my neck. I hit my head on the ceiling of the Hummer and on the backrest, and it did a pretty good job of protecting me and everything. But those are 3 instances where I can think of where I did stuff to my neck. So a few months ago, I was having some problems with my neck, and I decided that I'd go to the chiropractor and get it worked on. So I went to the chiropractor, got it worked on, Everything was just fine. Spent probably 5 or 6 weeks of going to the chiropractor, and then I was feeling better. I was feeling fine. I had a little bit of in my hand, a little bit of numbness and everything, which is, why I went to the chiropractor, and got that pretty much cleared up. Like I would say, 95% cleared up, whatnot. I thought, okay, I'm pretty good to go. The other 5% probably just heal up on its own and just keep on going. And then this last week, I've been feeling again in my neck, the same thing, starting to feel some of the same stuff in my arm. And so I went back to the chiropractor again and got an adjustment, and that's where it all went south. I'm not blaming the chiropractor for this. It was just the right time where it was a straw that broke the camel's back. What happened is that one of my nerves that affects my entire arm from about my elbow all the way to my fingertips here got pinched, and pinched hard. And so when you go to the chiropractor, if you've ever been to the chiropractor before and you haven't been there in quite a while and you're pretty stiff and stuff, you come out of the chiropractor not feeling necessarily better on the first visit, but it's because you've had, kind of a shock to your system, doing all that stuff and everything, but then you go back and you're getting better every time. And the end result is you are a lot better, but a little pain right in the beginning. I took it as that, except that we didn't quite finish the session because halfway through I was in so much pain. I didn't think too much about it and everything, but the next day I was in so much pain in my arm, not in my back, not in my neck, but in my arm here, that I was pretty concerned and everything. And so I was starting to try and figure out what I was going to do about that. And then something happened. I coughed. And I was eating a piece of bread or something like that, and started to go down the wrong pipe. And so coughed. And when I did that, my pain level, which had considered on a scale of 1 to 10 to be at about a constant 8 on my arm, all of a sudden went to like 50. My arm felt like it had been in an oven, broiling for the last 30 minutes, and that was hitting me all at once. I mean, such severe pain. I have never felt that much pain in my life. That sent me to the hospital. So, going to the hospital, and they did a CT scan. They couldn't see anything on the CT scan, but they knew that something was wrong. And your arm here is related to your neck, and it depends on the side. So if it's my left arm that's hurting, it's the right side of my neck that is more of the problem. And while my neck doesn't hurt me at all, my arm, it really hurts me. And so, it's like, okay, well, what do we do from here? Well, the next step was to go get an MRI. And because a CT scan is kind of like an X-ray that is in 3D, and that didn't really show anything other than a little bit of calcium deposits on my spine, which I understand is pretty normal. And so then with the MRI, found that the bottom 4 discs are all bulged. And then I have, and that goes into the severe range. And then the other 3 here are have also got problems, but they're not quite as severe. But they're still bad. So what does this mean? What is this, what can I do? So you'll find that doctors don't like chiropractors. Chiropractors say doctors don't like them. There is a place for both of them. I've used chiropractors for, all my life. And doctors would rather treat things medically and do surgery and give you drugs, whereas, chiropractor more so is going to help you adjust things, do things like relax your muscles through muscle massage, or crack your joints to get movement back in them, do things to get blood flow going and everything. And whereas doctors may do some of that as well, but they're also going to want to give you injections of stuff, take these other pills, and let's do surgery. Well, surgery for those 4 bulge discs is to fuse all 4 of them. And that would leave me with looking very straight here, and I might be able to move my head a little bit, but the majority of your head movement comes from your lower vertebra in your neck. And so if I want to look at this monitor over here, I'm going to just have to move my whole body over like that. Little bit different way of thinking and doing things. And what is the outlook on pain for if you are in pain from this stuff? If I do the surgery, will that get rid of my pain? The answer is yes.
Welcome
30.
to the Dragons.
Look at that. I'm not even live and I'm getting a subscriber on YouTube. Well, thank you. The answer is that it is 30 to 50%, somewhere in that range, effective to where you'll get rid of the pain as well. So that leaves a solid 50% that's still going to be in pain. And so it's like, gosh, is that the answer? And, what's going to happen? So the answer is, for me right now, I'm exploring what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. Like, one of the things that I have is I ordered a neck brace and I'll have it here today. And that at least will help me sleep, because like right now, I can't even hardly sleep, because if my neck gets positioned wrong, my arm goes on fire. And it's really weird, because you would think that whatever the starting point of what's causing your pain would be at the same location of where the pain is. This is completely separated. Like, my neck feels fine. My arm here, not fine at all. In fact, I've lost some fine motor control in my hand. I'm having trouble typing. I am, and I'm able to use it for a while, typing and doing normal things. But what I'm finding is, the more I use it, the more pain I'm in. And the more pain I'm in, eventually I have to stop. And the pain on this is severe enough that I'm ending up having to use some pain pills. And that, to me, is a huge problem. Because, they're prescribing me things like hydrocodone and oxycodone and stuff, which those are big red flags of pain medications that people have become addicted to, and that has just caused their downfall. And I refuse to be one of those people. I would rather be in pain than to be addicted to that kind of stuff and just wreck my life. But at the same time, the pain is very, very difficult to deal with. It consumes you. I mean, think of trying to focus on doing your work at your job and having an open wound on your arm that every time you move, you feel everything, and you feel like you're doing more damage to it every time you move. But you still got to get your work done. Well, you think, okay, I only have 15 more minutes of work. I can get this done and then go get this taken care of. Except, in my case here, I don't know how I'm going to get it taken care of yet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, get it to heal up and get better. I'm sure that I will be able to have improvement over what it's like right now. I'm positive of that. But how much? I can deal with dull pain all the time as long as it stays dull. But when it hits you so hard, like if you guys have ever watched me on my live shows, when I sneeze, I feel like I'm blowing my head off. And my chiropractor says one of the worst things that I can do for my neck right now is sneeze really hard like that. And I'm thinking, how do I control that? I don't even know. So, anyway, I have a lot of unknowns at this point. I don't know, what's gonna happen. And if I have a total failure of my vertebra here or whatnot, right now the MRI shows I have no damage to my spine or whatnot, so I'm not like in danger of paralyzing myself or whatnot. But I do have a lot of nerve stuff going on, and so. What does this mean I can or can't do? Well, I'm not going to go out and like be playing volleyball or go out and be, football, stuff like that, stuff where I can injure my neck and everything. I have been told to be careful about getting into a car accident. I've been told to be careful about sneezing, which, oh my God, just think about that. How the fuck do you stop a sneeze? If coughing sent me through the roof, a sneeze is going to put me in orbit, and, so there's definitely some life changes coming for me. So let's talk about what does this hold for right now, for the future and everything. For all of you that are used to seeing me, doing shows regularly, 4 or 5 days a week, doing video content and everything, operating our store and stuff. And the answer is I'm going to do my best to do all of them as normally as possible. But I don't know what that's going to look like, because if I'm in so much pain that I have to take a pain med, what am I going to look like on camera? I don't know. Will that will that make me happy and funny, or will that turn me into an asshole? Actually, I'm not quite an asshole drunk or nothing like that. I'm actually more on the funny side. I would hope that's the way it would be. But as you all know, I have ADD as well, and I'm dyslexic, and so, is that going to hurt my ability to think? I think so. But the first thing I looked up was, can I take Ritalin with pain pills? And you want to know what the answer was? I was blown away by this. Ritalin enhances the pain management, and they're very compatible together. So I thought to myself, oh, good. Maybe I'll be even better on camera. I don't know, though. I really don't know. I know that I'm going to try things. I know that I'm an optimist, and I will continue to move forward with things. I know that I don't give up. If something puts me down so hard that I can't get up and do that again, well, then that'll be the end of that. But that doesn't take the try out of me. It doesn't take the goals out of me, but it's going to affect some stuff. So for live shows, I'm going to continue to try and do them, and we will see how it goes. It could be that it doesn't provide a very good show anymore. Or it could be that the show is just fine. Or it could be that for some stupid reason, being on painkillers and Ritalin makes it better. I really hope that that's kind of the case, but not the case at the same time, because I would really hate to showcase that drugs make me better. That's not what I want. And I can't be on painkillers for long term. It's not going to happen. It's not part of who I am. And so, will I continue doing content creation? Yes. I will be able to figure that out. I can at least, sit in front of the camera and do some things and create some other stuff and then stitch them all together, edit it all together and present it. That is a lot easier because if I need to take little breaks in between, I can. Whereas live shows, typically, we're at least 4 hours on a live show. We'll see how that works out. So, as far as our store, and the games that we support and everything, we're going to be able to continue to do that stuff. So, my business partner, Alexandra, she's really great. I have full confidence in her, that if there's some areas where she needs to pick up some of the slack or whatever, she'll be able to do that. And we'll continue moving forward and doing that. So, anyway, I just wanted to share this with you all. I don't know where all of this is going. I don't know, maybe next time you see me on camera, I'll have a neck brace on, or I won't, and I'll look completely normal, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what my future holds, but I do know that there's no cure for where I'm at. And so the best I can do is to manage it and probably make it better, but it cannot be fixed totally. At least at this time, it's not medically possible. So, in all seriousness, I appreciate any prayers and support. And, I'm just going to do my best to get through this and to keep doing what I love here. And we'll see where it all ends up. So, Marky Dragon, take care.